So we're gonna start with Yusugi.
Don't they have like 1444 borders or some shit? Or is that a different game I'm thinking of?
They have expanded a bit. They're up to 100 death now. I think they only start with like 35, 40.
They start with 3
So-
provinces, so he's conquered 5, and I mean it has only been what 15 years of the game or 17, so yeah, he's not had a lot of time. And I talked to him, and he said that in his test game he can probably unite Japan in another 20 years or 30, which is a little slow, but you know 1490 I guess works.
Yeah. But maybe he started with a like you can do 3 show strengths in a row at the beginning just to really get a lot of points. And I see he has 100 power projection, so maybe that's
Yeah,
what he did.
that
Get
is
up
a
in
smart
second
try.
ideas.
Because yeah, he is up on ideas or tech and on ideas as well, I guess. So he should be able to roll the rest of the AI quite quick.
He also has Renaissance developed.
Yeah, so doing much better than what his borders just show. And yeah, he asked primarily about Japanese economy and how to develop that later on, because he was just concerned with his 4.28 income, and he didn't really know how to work on that. So what do I tell him? What do we tell him? Does he just ignore economy until he unites Japan and then focuses on it, or what?
Think so. I mean, it's gonna kind of fix itself once you see it just gets larger.
Yeah. Cirkis, any advice? Oh, I see he left. Alright, so for Japan, he also asked diplomatically what good moves for Japan are. I told him best to make a deal with both of the Chinese and make sure he gets Korea for himself. Besides that, Khmer is also a good ally, and yeah, then it all depends on whether he goes naval or army, whether he's gonna go into the islands in the south or into China. That's pretty much it for Japan. Not a lot more to say for now. He doesn't have any advisors running, but I guess he can't afford them. Although, do you think it's worth going into debt for running advisors?
You don't need debt to fund level 1 advisors in Japan. You make a ton of money.
What? You cut out.
You make lots of money by piecing out the AIs for max cash. So any debt you make is easy to pay off.
So yeah, then do hire advisors and don't worry about your negative income, because like you said, just keep piecing out AI for max cash everywhere, and you should be fine as long as there's a lot of AI. When you have much aggressive expansion and you can't take any land, it's good to just piece them out for cash and reparations. Out a little, try and get the province without their aggressive expansion a little bit. Although I don't know how efficient that can be in Japan, but I've seen some differences in AE here. Anyway, that'd be about it for Japan. Not a lot to say this early on. Just get advisors, and he's playing the estates right, which wasn't the case last season in Asia. So good on that. Manchu is in a pretty dire situation here. Do you think he's dead here, or because he's about to go bankrupt? He has 14 corruption, and Oirat has a lot of money. Oirat doesn't even have any loans.
Yeah, but Oirat only has like 5k men at the moment. Honestly, I have faith that Manchu can actually blitz this out. I don't know.
He's about to
Even
go
if he's-
bankrupt, but yeah,
Yeah,
even if
I know.
bankrupt, he might be able to win the war. He should be able to win the war. What would be the optimal peace deal here for him to recover the best? Does he
I
just?
think he just wants to kill Oirat, and well, Ming is breaking apart. He has time.
Yeah, but how would you
Japan
kill
is his
Oirat
only
in one
threat.
peace deal? Because this one peace deal is probably all he's gonna have, right?
Yeah, indeed.
So what's the best peace deal to make, in your opinion?
Snaking,
Snaking
probably.
and
Does
cutting
Oirat
out.
have a gold?
Sorry.
Does Oirat have the gold mine yet?
No, it's pretty far from the gold mine, unless there's one in the
In
north.
Chagatai.
Chagatai.
There's a gold mine in Chagatai.
Oh no, he hasn't expanded towards Chagatai at all. I think.
Okay, so what Manchu does is he takes a snake to Chagatai, and then he declares on Chagatai and takes a gold mine.
He's pretty far from that, but I guess he could stab it for some of the provinces and try and snake there. Yeah, if you could cut off Oirat from Ming and then snake towards the gold mine, that would also be good, I guess. That'd be a somewhat winning move, but again, he's gonna go bankrupt and then Oirat can recover and truce break, so it is a pretty dire situation. Besides that, does anyone have any advice for him?
Don't take 14 corruption.
Yes, I don't think 14 corruption is ideal, but now that he has taken 14 corruption, what should he do?
Not fight any more player wars, get the gold mine, and just try and pay off the debt. And the corruption, of course. It's 14 years with max slider. More if you're behind in tech, less if you're up to date on tech and 3 stab, whatever. But it's definitely worthwhile to get you long term.
He developed the institution yet?
Well, Japan has, so we assume Japan will share it to them.
Yeah, I assume so. Just usually with Manchu, the play is to develop the institution so you can get over 300 and start hitting in Ming. But I guess with the Oirat player, that doesn't really matter. So yeah, that would be it for Manchu. It's a bit of a mess here in China right now. Oirat in a different kind of bad situation, -1 stab. He's losing money, but he has a lot saved up because he managed to peace out Ming for money. He has no army though, almost. Well, compared to Manchu, he has half the army. I don't know if his vessel has any. Oh. Yeah, his vessels actually make up for the rest of the army, so I'm not... Wait, is the army UI bugged? 24.
He has 0 manpower regiments.
Oh, yeah, he didn't consolidate. That's why. So,
Just checking the war screen. Yeah, like left click.
Also, for some reason, he's running a lot of cavalry, but he doesn't have chivalric ideas yet. I'm not sure why. I think he even has some mercenary cavalry.
I mean,
Horde
cavalry
cavalry
is amazing.
Yeah, horse cavalry is... Horde cav is so fucking good. Yeah.
How disloyal are his vassals? That might be something that
Yeah,
Manchu can actually exploit.
They're all really disloyal. He could fix them if he spends like pretty much all his points on them, but
Not worth it, just wait.
yeah.
And, you know, try and win the war.
Yeah, I think the best thing for him to do is try and make sure that Manchu can't stab hit him, and then just like wait it out, because Manchu's gonna collapse on his own. So try and get any war score that you can to get below 50, and then just wait it out. He is at war with AI as well. Qara is that the OPM?
Yeah.
And you know that shouldn't be much of a factor, I guess. But he's
How much truce does he have with Ming still?
63, so 2 years with Ming.
I mean, even giving 30% to Manchu isn't that bad. Like, he can't be cut off with just 30%.
Yeah, there is that. So, you know, definitely not a very dire situation. Just try and make sure Manchu doesn't do what we just suggested to him. And, yeah, you win long term. You might also be able to make some sort of a deal with Manchu, but because you have all
Nah, definitely not worth it for Oirat to make a deal with Manchu. In my opinion, the Oirat play, if there's a Manchu player, isn't to bum rush Ming, but to instead kill the Manchu player in the crib before they form Manchu. Because you can day one declare war on the Church and try to just snake over there and fucking kill them.
Yeah, that would be smart because they start considerably weaker than Oirat.
Aye, but they've got the really good fucking spike when they form Manchu because they get cores and a bunch of land.
Yeah, but
and they get better ideas, so... But you've already made the mistake of going for Ming, so... Yeah.
It's not game over in any sense.
Absolutely not, but still.
So anything can happen up here. It's just gonna be a struggle for either side. Let's look at the next player, Khmer. Khmer doesn't look like he expanded much for himself, but he got 2 vessels. I'm just not sure why he didn't take any provinces for himself.
Save admin, maybe?
For any particular reason. He's missing a military advisor, and he's making 5 a month, so definitely want to recover that. Missing the +1 mil privilege, the +1 admin privilege, and the +1 dip privilege, and he has 32 crownlands, so you definitely want to give the privileges to get some of the mana.
Yeah, and then you want to seize land and then dev a wee bit so that you're up to 10 crown land.
Yeah. Are these different culture than his? Or is it fucking culture thing?
Indonesian culture is fucking hell. There's like 3 different groups.
Yeah,
You
so
gotta coach.
he might want to keep this vessel and then hit his AI to the north, except the AI allied everyone, so that might be a bit of a challenge, but I'm sure he can handle it. But yeah, maybe a good idea to keep the vessel for now and start hitting into Ayutthaya before Malacca does too much to cut off the player. Besides that, it would also be a very good idea to go north, probably better than going into Ayutthaya, because Ming is on 0 mandate, and when that happens, you pretty much win the war as is. Like, if you declared on Ming now, you would win the war easily, because their troops are just paper, and then you peace out for, like, you can get all of southern China very easily.
And you can snake to the gold mine, the most important thing.
Yeah, go to the gold mine right away. That's gonna just increase
Double
your
your
economy so much. And also, since these 2 in the north are struggling so much, you consolidating southern China is gonna make you the dominant player in the region. And then Malacca, Brunei, and your current rivals, just you're gonna outscale them so much they're gonna become irrelevant. So
I mean, just by taking ideas, yeah, because Khmer ideas are like 6 times better than Malaccan ideas.
we did buff their ideas, Malaccan though, so it is a bit different. We changed them to the next patch ideas, so they're
implemented the next patch ideas.
They are
okay. Have you implemented Siam as a formable?
No.
Oh, okay, that's what they did in
no Siam.
We didn't change any formables. But yeah, scrap my previous advice. Don't fuck with Ayutthaya and Malacca. Just go north into China as hard as you can, because there's just so much to gain. It's insane. Like you get about 2,500 ducats every peace deal as well, and that's only like 20% of the peace deal. So you can take 80% worth of land plus 2,500 ducats, and then just punch anyone in the China you want. It's just gonna win you the game in Asia. Definitely. So, to summarize, fix your advisors, fix your privileges, and go into China. That would be it for Khmer, I think. Not much else to look at this early on. Did he develop the institution? He embraced it, so yeah, he developed it. Alright, let's look at Malacca. I'm forgetting to check the Diplo, but so far it looks, yeah, it looks kind of irrelevant because everyone's just eating AI still. Malacca has the good privileges, missing the dip and missing the mill, I guess, but you know, nothing too horrendous. Although I would take the Diplo since you have 34 crown land, so you might as well. Decent income. Running advisors naturally. I think the Malacca player is very competent. He also took the gold mine already, which was a major problem for the Malacca player in the S26. That he didn't take the gold mine till like session 6, but taking the gold mine session 1 is definitely a very good play. I don't know if it starts this developed, but that is a bit risky.
No, it does not.
Yeah, having your gold mine on 90 dev total it runs the risk of tapping it, right?
The chance is increased, but I think the economic gains are definitely worthwhile. And given that the mod only makes jungles plus 10% to develop instead of plus 35, like they are in vanilla, it's most definitely worthwhile to do so.
I just always thought it's best to keep it on 10 because the chance increases exponentially afterwards.
No. Do you mean 10 total dev on 10 dip dev?
10 total, right?
Nah, it's 10 dip that you want to get it
Oh.
to. That's the ideal point.
Alright, so good job developing it then. I just got bad advice on my part. That's why I have better players here.
Who?
Well,
You're the best player here.
Oh yeah, definitely. Compared to Brunei, better on military, and more importantly, a little behind on navy, so that is a bit worrying. Oh, never mind. He has 11 heavies. Yeah.
Hmm.
So
How many ideas does Malacca have?
none so far.
Ah.
Brunei has none either. No one in the region. I think the only one with the ideas was Japan. Yeah, he
Okay.
had one idea. No one else is called
Alright,
out.
well, I want to recommend for the Malacca and Brunei players, go quality. Okay, it's got the naval morale. You're gonna need it.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I told him too. I told either maritime or quality, but
Definitely quality. Okay.
yeah. What would his second choice be? Because he's gonna have to bake that next session as well, likely.
Economic, of course.
Hmm.
Even though it's only 10% dev cost, you're gonna need it.
Yeah. All right. So.
Yeah.
Quality, economic, and then you're good. Yeah.
Then maybe maritime, but it depends on the situation, of course. Like if GB is dead, cough cough, they fucking will be. Should be fine. You know, you don't need to go maritime. You'll be able to just contend any European's navy without it,
Doing a good job so
which would
far.
be
Anyway,
main issue. But yeah,
advice for you: consolidate the islands. Don't let Brunei expand too much, because his.
Yeah.
You can't.
Does anyone have the Spice Islands yet? The ones with the +1 goods produced or whatever it is?
No.
Rush for them, okay? Like literally just go there immediately.
Yeah, I was gonna suggest either rush to the Spice Islands. Those these, right?
I'm still AFK
no,
at the
no,
moment.
further the right.
Like check the trade map mode. You'll see the goods produced
these
icon.
two. That one
Yeah.
up there and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rush.
Yeah, those are
produced.
the Spice Islands.
Tidora and Ternate.
Yeah, rush here, or I was also gonna suggest if you can get any sort of CB on China, it would also be worth it, because you could easily, very easily, when they have zero mandate, all it takes, if you navally blockade them, they're gonna be willing to piece you out for money, I think. So you can very easily piece them out and get insane gains, even if you don't want any land from them. Which
The thing
I think you
about
might
low
want to
man-
take like the island at least. What'd you say?
The thing about low mandate is that it gives, depending on how low, it gives Ming reason to peace out. So even if you have 0, they'll always white peace. If you have 10, they'll accept max money.
So if you can get any sort of CB on China, try and do that too. If they send you an insult or something, jump on it. But
You can also send trade ships to Canton and fabricate trade CB.
that would also be a very good one. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just get your +1 Diplo or +1 mil if you can from privileges, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's go to Brunei, see what's happening here. He's also had buffed national ideas. The problem with this national ideas game buffed is that they buff combat strength for galleys, but all of this is open sea still. It gets changed in the patch to be an inland sea, but for now it's still open sea, so that kind of fucks over the idea. Same for Malacca, I think, but you know, their other ideas are still pretty good, so not a bad nation to play as in any sense. And then does Brunei start without estates? What the? Oh, he went to pirate confederacy. That's why he doesn't have estates. How the fuck does Brunei turn pirate?
I think they
island.
have to release the province. Although, actually, how many provinces they start with? 6, I think? That's fine then.
Huh. So
How many heavies do they have?
he has no heavies. He has 27 light ships and 13 transports so far.
Okay, Malaya wins the naval battle then.
Yeah, he can't really compete with Malacca so far, but he's closer to the Spice Islands and he's going into the Philippines, so I think he has better expansion routes at the moment, the easier ones at least. And he'll also
Yeah,
be
but with
able,
no heavies, Malaya can just kill them instantly.
when yeah, but what I'm trying to say is when he gets this province, I think he can pirate pretty much all of China and Khmer, and he should be able
Malacca.
to build some heavies, getting those sailors and money, right?
Malacca and Brunei at the moment seem to be allies. So they might have worked something out.
That is so cringe.
He's allied to Khmer and Siak, I don't know. He's allied to Siak, which is the main Malaccan AI rebel, so...
Oh wait, yeah.
I don't think they're allied.
Nah.
Malacca
They're
allied
gonna come to
Majapahit as well, so that's pretty aggressive moves towards each other.
What's Brunei's dip tech? Because Malacca hasn't increased it yet. Yeah,
5.
he's going to get the morale before.
Yeah,
he can
but
get
if Brunei has no navy at all, they're fucked, you know. And they've got 0
Malacca
heavies at the
definitely
moment.
Yeah, so
wants to go early.
if the war started now, Brunei would lose, but I think Brunei is going to outscale Malacca a little bit because he's going to get a lot of money from pirating China
Maybe.
and Khmer.
In terms of money, definitely, but in terms of navy,
Well, yeah, but he can build
Probably
so
as well.
many heavies supporting that way, and their income is... Okay, I was going to say not that different, but it is very different right now, so... Yeah, Malacca is just winning for now, but we'll see how it happens. Any other advice for Brunei? Other than same
build
as...
more heavies.
Yeah, build more heavies and go into China, I guess.
Also, stay out of Europe, please. I beg you. No pirate republican.
Or are killing England.
He's not gonna survive this.
Alright. Let's move on to Ava. Is Ava still in the game, Iced? I don't... That was your friend, right?
Slazer,
Oh,
yeah.
no. I think
I don't
it's,
know.
it was PDC's friend, I think.
He came from my stream. He said, "Are there any slots?" And I told him to fuck off, and then he joined anyway.
Yeah, but is he gonna stay in the game or not? Because he left.
I don't know.
It's
I've-
Laser. He asked me for an invite. I gave it to him, but he said he can make next week.
Okay,
well,
so
So
let's
he
just,
left at the first after the first rehost anyway. So.
that just skip Ava then and go to Bengal, right? That's. The,
I mean, you can put one of the dead guys on it. Like there are lots of people that died that still want to play something. If you want to slot it, you can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
I guess we could slot it. So that's a good point. Let's just review it real quick then, and. I mean, it's been played by AI, so what the fuck is the point of reviewing it?
It's been played by AI in just after the last, just like for 30 minutes after the rehost.
Well, you know, I'm not gonna look into what the AI is doing, but judging from the situation, you can.
Yeah,
pretty-
it looks good.
Yeah, it looks good. You can get most of Burma easily, seeing as the Indians are gonna have a lot of trouble with Timurids, and you're like 1 province away, 2 provinces away from bordering Ming, which again gives you a lot of money and a lot of land. So if anyone wants to get slotted into Ava, you have a lot of potential, and it's definitely a very good nation to play as. Alright, let's go into Bengal. Bengal is... God, I get a cringe out every time I see Indian estates, every time. They have so much shit to fucking handle. I think he's doing the estates right. He's missing a Diplo advisor. Again, people need to run all 3 at least level 1 advisors because that is just considerable.
The thing about that is that I was losing money for the majority of last session. I just started.
If you're at peace, or you already have army at low maintenance, you're just not making a lot of money is the thing. 9
Yeah.
regiments.
And early that.
It's decent trade income.
Ooh, I'm back.
I think the way for you to make more money would be to probably start punching these like smaller AIs, and yeah, you're also quite low on power projection, so Chandpur and Orissa. Are you
Did he
planning
fight a
on-
war against Jaipur or something?
Yeah.
He has a lot of loans as well.
So let's go back to what our advice for Bengal is. Just in general for all Indians, I think you all need to kind of work together towards keeping Timurids out as much as you can. So I would definitely diplomatically suggest that you ally both Vijay and Mewar and try and work together. And also when you ally the rest of the Indians, the coalitions that spawn against you are going to be much smaller, which is going to allow you to eat the smaller AIs in India a lot quicker.
Also, this is a tip for the next time you play Bengal. You can fully annex Orissa literally day 1. and get all of their
Fully
vassals for free. Orissa.
Oh.
And
I
you
think I'm
start
aware
off
of
with a core on them, so it's not even that hard.
Yeah, and then you get
And
the
they mothball
vassals.
they always mothball the fort because it's one province away, so you just always occupy
Yeah.
day one.
That was like I actually tried to declare an early war on them, but I messed up and declared pretty much the day before the month tick. So I was too trigger happy on the button, which means they got a tick in on that and that. Yeah, so I played quite badly and stuff.
Okay.
A lot of rebel issues as well. At least you have some manpower to recover, but yeah, just
What tech is he on?
he is on 545. What the
Oh.
idea is going for quantity
Quantity
ideas.
first.
That's alright for India, I think.
Quantity first is best for everyone, in my opinion, because given how you fucked up policies and made them all available, and you didn't balance ideas based around that, so going quantity defensive, I think, is going to be the meta. Quantity eco defensive. At least that's what I'll be going. And then
How
later
is
on you go.
defensive changed?
It's not. It just doesn't have policies now. So, and the kicker with defensive, the reason why you don't normally take it early is because it doesn't have good policies in vanilla. So now going defensive early is a lot more viable.
Do you plan on staying Hindu?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Hindu is best religion in India. Until later on, once Sunni gets better, but early on, you definitely want Hindu. You probably want to be running Surya, by the way, because you get the chance for the Child of Surya event.
What did I want to do?
Instead of running Shakti, you run the Surya deity. Because the Child of Surya event gives you a really good
It gives you better stats on your heirs, so it's really, yeah, it's decent.
Okay.
So pretty much the same advice as I've given everyone in the region.
Go for Ming?
Yes, if not just to save your economy, because if you again you just punch Ming like once or twice and you piece him out for 2,000 ducats, it's really easy money, and also you could get some land. But I think for you, consolidating your trade node would be number one, and then making sure that Timurids doesn't roll over India would be number two. But Ming would be definitely a easy way of fixing up your economy, because you know, even if you get your allies, if Malacca, for example, declares on Ming, if you get them to call you in and then they transfer their occupation, or you occupy one or two provinces in separate piece for max money, that would help you a lot as well.
Okay, I was considering, like, when I saw the rebels starting spawning Ming, how I was going to get there, but with Ava as a player, that just didn't seem like I could do it in a reasonable time frame.
If Ava gets seeded again, you're either gonna have to make some sort of an agreement with him because he's in Burma, and you're either gonna need to make a deal with him and be able to trust him, or you're gonna need to focus on killing him because he's gonna be a threat to you. Not as much as Timurids, I think, but definitely a threat. And yeah, that's pretty much it from me. I don't know what other advice to give to Bengal. Do you guys have any?
My advice is check your missions, alright? Because you got missions that give you perma claims over all of look at the Conquer Koch tree, okay? It gives you once you conquer the Koch state, you get claims over all of Assam, and then you get permanent claims on the entirety of Burma.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which makes it a lot cheaper to core and a lot easier to expand because you don't need to waste time fabricating. You know.
Yeah, Indian missions are in
What did
general really good.
what
You
province
you
did I
just need
need?
one
I need that
province,
one.
Koch Hajo in Assam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably going to defect just Assam, and then I can probably attack Assam for damage them, something like that.
Alright, let's go into VJ. Was it player or AI?
It was you ended up
It's a
having
day and night.
What?
But the Sirhind player died and you lost someone, and then there was a shit fest because of it.
Yeah, India was a bit of a shit.
And now the previous jumper player is Vijayanagar.
Yeah, BJ has he was panicking a lot because Timurids are in India, but he also It's only 61, and I think you can recover because you have a free game down here. You don't have a Bahamanis, you don't have a Jaunpur, you have a Mewar and Bengal, which with whom you can split India, and I think you guys can reliably hold back Timurids. I don't think it'll be that much of a challenge. Timurids is a really good player, but
Personally, I disagree here. They're all in really shit positions, and once you've had a look at all the Indian nations, I want you to check out the Timurid missions, unless you guys have nerfed them.
no, haven't.
Yeah, then Timurids is gonna shitstomp India. One time I played as Timurids, I got ganked by Vij, Bengal, Jaunpur, which is stronger than the current setup, and I still nearly held them off.
You think in 61 you can still roll them? Like I don't. What I'm trying to say is,
I think in a 3-for-1 he can definitely. Okay.
then I might be wrong, but like I
Like
said,
Timurid missions are actually insane.
like I said before, best idea to ally all three of you and then try and hold him back because otherwise he's gonna roll over all of you.
Yeah, you can try.
I mean, they have to, right? I don't think Timurids is ever gonna not kill all of Indians, right?
Yeah.
Besides that, I don't really know if there's much to say for Vijay because it was AI played for most of the game, so.
You want to disinherit?
Yeah, disinherit.
Oh my god, yeah, definitely. That is trash.
Yeah.
Is he not running the?
No, they're all running the war one, which makes sense.
They can use the Brahmins privilege to change deity.
The which?
Check the Brahmanas. Yeah, check the privileges.
Oh.
There's a personal duty in that one.
Oh, he needs to give them some more influence first. So I guess when he
Yeah,
summons
more.
Diet or something, they will get enough. Right, so yeah, not much to say for Vijay either. Just try and consolidate a little bit, and then you're gonna have to fight the Timurids, I guess.
Aye.
Try and reach out to potential Timurid rivals, but now that both Otto and Mamluks are dead, that's gonna be a bit of a challenge. Mewar's doing good for a Mewar, but he's first in the line of fire, so that's the concerning part here.
Yeah.
Running estates properly, which is good. Missing a mill advisor for some reason, but I'm sure that's just he probably just died or something.
Might have been, yeah. Behind an admin tech, but most.
Yeah, behind an admin tag, but not by a lot, so he should have it soon. Institution, not yet. Do any of the Indians have the institution?
Bengal is getting it.
Yeah, slowly. Timurids have it? Not yet, so at least
They haven't embraced it yet. Like Timid starts so big and with so much land, it's a pain to embrace.
Yeah.
Maybe he's not running in advisor because he doesn't want to overcap on mill before he has ideas. But I don't know, that'd be pretty stupid.
As for Mewar, I don't know. I'm clueless.
Eat Gujrat, kill the Gujrat AI, and then you'd be making more money because you get more trade.
Damn, this is a good fucking state here.
Yeah.
If he steps up a single time, he gets the mission for permaclaims, I think.
Aye, but he wants to save his admin. Maybe save his
that's
admin to get the
true.
tech.
So which one is more important here? He gets a lot of claims.
Well, you can, because of the amount of AI around, trying. But you will definitely want a vassal feed for this, or else it's going to be a major pain in the ass. Also, build a fort on your gold mine. I say this every time I'm doing a podcast and someone doesn't have a fort on their gold mine. Build a fort on the fucking gold mine.
Yeah, especially since
The most
Timmy can just
important
walk
province.
over there.
Yeah, like you just pop the fort down and boom, you're safe.
Alright, some good advice. He already has a vessel set up to vessel feed into this area, and the vessel has some claims, so I guess that's why he's not popping the mission.
No, he just wants to save admin or not.
Yeah, probably. So yeah, again, Mewar doing good, but the problem is the Timurids are doing much better, and they're right next door. So again, probably ally all the Indians, because you can try and simp for Timurids as an alternative to Diplo strat, but that's just not going to work.
Yeah, Timurids wants to eat you because your trade is good and you have a gold mine.
Yeah, I just
So-
don't see any other way out of it other than allying with all the Indians, and I see that there's a little bit of strife because the current VJ player was Jaunpur before, and he almost killed Mewar, so they're kind of not friendly. But I would definitely put that aside and try and survive.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's about it for Mewar. Let's look at Timurids.
Yeah, Timurids is probably the best country in the game right now.
Yeah, 40 income, 63, 64 force limit. Did he pop his God General or did he just get this randomly?
I don't know. I think that's randomly, but I'm not sure. Check the missions.
4, 5, 3.
It's the prepare for war one.
Is it?
Hover over. Okay, that one gives you 5 morale, and you see control East Khorasan, which he can do. Choose more claims and scroll down.
Yeah, no, I think it was
Then, he
I
has
think
popped Indian
Indian
raid.
raid. Yeah, that was the general. I wonder why
Okay,
he
check
popped
to
that.
see. Check to see if he's got the modifier still active in the government tab.
What is the modifier?
Look over the morale one. Yeah, he's still got it
Active for
for
20
another
more
20
years. Jesus fuck.
Yeah, so he's got plenty of time to just and he's got another 5 morale with his next with his other mission that he hasn't popped, which just requires him building 1 more troop.
And then he gets
More
flipping
shock damage.
as well, so
Yeah.
Jesus fuck, man.
Like these missions are actually insane.
Yeah,
Okay.
this might need a nerf. That is
Like,
fucking
most-
nuts, and he can get more from the fucking Defender of the Faith as well.
Yeah.
That is just ridiculous.
Like, yeah, check his morale right now.
404, and I don't think he's running a morale advisor, so
Like, yeah, in terms of insaneness, this is peak insanity, you know.
yeah, this is pretty nutty. And speaking of the Chagatai gold mine, I'm pretty sure he's close to getting it, right? It's about here.
He could take it if he wants it, yeah.
Yeah, he can take it in like 1 or 2 wars.
1 more. No, not even multiple wars, just 1 more because it's such low death.
Yeah, and
All the land.
he's even under his government cap, so
Yeah.
pretty chunky.
Yeah, Variance is probably one of the best players in the region. And by region, I mean all of Asia as a whole.
Yeah, the only, well, now with Ottomans and Mamluks dead, the only balancing power towards him would be QQ, if QQ expands properly, or Muscovy. Other than that, everyone else is going to have a problem, and we're running a risk of Timurids running away with the game. So, yeah, good place here, definitely.
Timurids is probably, like as I said, the strongest nation in the game.
Alright, yeah, that's about it for Timurids. Let's look at QQ, who was the Timurids minion, but he's slowly growing out and, you know, being his own country. He got all of Syria, so pretty strong, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna get most of Anatolia and Egypt now.
I think the deal here is going to be that QQ
Forms
I
wrong.
think they should check their formable tabs, the decisions tabs. Okay, so they'll need to culture convert to do it, but it's definitely worthwhile because run my so good.
What do they need to culture convert to?
Turkish.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think that'll be a problem. There's so much Turkish culture in Anatolia.
Yeah.
And they have so little dev currently, so I don't think that'll be an issue at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, QQ, definitely a very good play for QQ here. Allying Timurids and then using him as Ottomans. Brilliant all the way around. I've rarely seen QQ survive. You have to do really good diplo to do that, and
Or you have to have a bad Timurids.
yeah, and he managed.
Like QQ with a good Timurids that's hostile is dead. You know, and most Timurids would be hostile because they want control of Persia. But I've seen a couple of QQs ally Timurids before, and normally it works out alrightish. But you gotta not play passive when you do this, because if you play passive, you will remain squished between majors. And this QQ has done what it needs.
I would still be concerned about Timurids, even if you had deals and even if you helped me in the past. He's also had
Definitely.
deals with Jaunpur, so while he has been very helpful, I don't recommend betraying him in any sense, but Definitely
Beware.
make sure that you're not easily rolled over if he decides to betray you.
Yeah.
So don't fight these wars too much. Try and strengthen your position as much as you can, and survive. Because you're in a really good spot. You played really good, and you have all of Egypt and all of Anatolia for yourself. So try and make sure Timurids doesn't turn around and kill you. Alright, that's about it for QQ. Very good nation so far. He's
Aside from his
6th grade
attack,
power
check his
as well. Sorry?
Check his admin tag.
He's on 3, but
Yeah, and he's not got any admin, so
yeah, I don't
he's not
think
gonna have
he's
ideas for a long while.
any admin to spare. Okay, he's not running admin or dip advisors. I'm surprised by that.
Yep.
So yeah, definitely get advisors. I don't think I need to say this to this player, but you know, there's probably a reason behind it. But yeah, get advisors in case you didn't know. So Mamluks dead, Ottomans is gonna resume playing.
Kind of fucking pissed.
He's gonna try and do something, but with 25 corruption and Hungary there,
At least Mehmet is still alive.
yeah.
But yeah, at the moment, Hungary just gobbles up the rest of the Balkans from you.
Yeah, I am not good enough to tell you what to do here. I have no idea how I would survive this.
There's one player who I know who's survived a situation similar to this. And the advice here is sucker up to someone and hope you don't die. And then later on, when you've rooted out the corruption, devved a bit, expanded a bit, you can be in a position to actually do something.
Yeah,
But until then, you're going to be stuck rooting out corruption for 50 years.
maybe a good idea here would be to try and do Diplo with the Timurids.
Yeah.
Because again, he's gonna want Persia, and maybe he's inclined to help you out a little bit, kill you, and yeah, I have no idea what else to say about. Fuck, that is a lot of corruption.
But yeah, just good luck, basically. Does he have the... How come his capital is in Constantinople?
I have no fucking clue.
Check his decisions, he maybe... I don't think he actually moved it there.
No, it's in Edirne.
The war was declared before he could, I think.
I think Ankara was his capital, and then when Mamluks took it, it went to Edirne instead of Constantinople. Because Mamluks attacked really early on, so
No, you still got the decision there. See, hover over it, how come you can't take it?
He needs some...
You need Caucasian for the Vendagar.
Yeah,
that
it
makes
shouldn't
sense.
be too hard now that Mamluks is dead as well, so pop that mission
Yeah.
afterwards, I guess. Yeah, just try and ally up someone big now. Maybe Poland would be a choice as well. I don't know. I don't think Venice is gonna help you much.
Alright, I gotta go. Be back later.
So yeah, and that's his only player ally. So definitely like either talk to Poland or Timurids or both, and try and do something. So now with Turkey's gone, I'm gonna need someone else to do the talking because I have no idea what I'm saying. Are you ready to step up, Iced, and tell Ethiopia what to do?
Well, let me just change tag to it. I mean, he got the gold mines at least. That's a good start. Devved one of them up to 10 dip. I guess he went for institution in it, yeah. Other one only at dip 5, but he's probably gonna get it later.
That is a very developed gold mine. He's playing the estates right, or he doesn't have the +1 admin or the 1 dip, so with 31 crown land again you might want to do that. I don't see why he would be selling titles instead of getting the mana, because he has good income, right? So diplomatically he doesn't seem to have any player allies. I think he's made a deal with QQ regarding Egypt, so going into Egypt is a choice, but I mean, unless you can get all of Alexandria, I don't know if I would do that over consolidating the Gulf of Aden. What do you think would be the better idea here?
Probably Gulf of Aden first.
Yeah, I think focusing on Gulf of Aden would be better too.
If you don't have a lot of control over Alexandria, you're gonna lose a lot of the trade.
Yeah, and I think he told me that the deal was to split it or something. And again, if you move your trade node here and it's it's not all yours. You're gonna bleed a lot to trade. So unless you're ready to take it all, I think you would definitely be better off just going into Gulf of Aden and seeing as QQ is already here. You know, you might want to make moves towards here instead. As far for African diplomacy, I don't think he's in any danger against Kilwa right now, so not much else to say. Just eat AI, fix your estates, and prosper. Right?
Yeah, he has a pretty good ruler.
Oh, really good ruler. Can he pop Golden Age here? President 2 continents. I mean, if he gets one province in Arabia, I think he can, right? Yeah, I think so. Should he pop Golden Age? Just do like dab the shit out of it and outscale to begin with. Maybe he can kill. Maybe he can win Alexandria with Golden Age. What do you think?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, if you're ready to go hard, you could probably fight QQ with Golden Age, and I really doubt Timurids would help them. So, yeah, that might be an idea. Usually, you want to pop Golden Age as early as possible because if you outscale your neighbors, you know, they're gonna have a harder time recovering. An alternative, of course, is to keep it for a death war later on, but you know, it's a choice you have to make, I guess. Alright, that's about it for Ethiopia. Let's go to Kilwa. What's going on here? Regular African shit, I guess. How is he doing on the gold mines? They're all in Butua, right? He has 2 of them so far.
Oh, one of them is depth to 16 depth.
The one in the north?
Yeah,
Oh,
that one.
Developed institution here. 3 more, so even if this one gets tapped, I don't, you know, it's not a big deal, but yeah, recommendation like we said before for Malacca, don't debit past 10 dip because it has a much higher chance of depleting that way. So debit gold mines to 10, and that's the optimal way to get the best income from them. When you get the ones in Mutapa and this one, dip 10 and then just leave them there, and preferably develop institutions somewhere else. You have a silk province here that you can take easily. Probably a better place to develop the next institution. But yeah, eating AI, doing well so far. 17. Yeah, he doesn't need to mark up. Yeah, not much else to say. Just eat AI and fix your gold mines and you should be fine. You might want to consider going a little further north before Ethiopia or anyone else gets the chance, or just making a deal with them because you're gonna get boxed in here. As for your first idea group, I would recommend going, I think Expla is the one, no. Yeah, Expansion.
It depends if he's gonna fight or not. So, his relation with Ethiopia.
Yeah, I guess it depends on your relation with Ethiopia. So if you think you're gonna fight Ethiopia, go for a mill idea, obviously. But if you think you're safe from Ethiopia, you might want to go expansion and colonize the Cape. Primarily colonize as far west as you can to block off Portugal and the colonizers from getting there. And start doing that as soon as you can, because I'm assuming Portugal's already creeping in. He didn't colonize Cape. Oh, does Portugal not have colonial? No, Portugal doesn't have a colonist yet. So you are not far behind. Well, you're not behind Portugal at all. So yeah, colonize the Cape if you can afford it, and that gives you 2 things. It gives you a lot of extra dev here, and it will prevent Portugal from coming in. Also, having that one explorer later on makes lets you colonize all of this, which is also really good shit. But yeah, primarily you just want to keep the colonizer, the Europeans out. Do not move your trade node to Cape of Good Hope when you do colonize this, because the province trade power here is so fucking garbage that anyone who sends a trade fleet here is gonna be able to drain all your trade power. So if you colonize all this, keep your trade node in Zanzibar and just either collect here or ignore it. It's really not worth moving your node there, because you're never going to be able to retain any of that trade. It's just going to constantly leak. And
why do you recommend expansion instead of exploration?
Because he gets a colonist earlier, but exploration would also be good, I guess. And he does not need a conquistador, right? Does he need a conquistador to rebuild this?
No, not if he goes expansion, because he gets the what's it called? So he can automatically discover adjacent colonies.
Hmm.
But that's only once
Yeah,
he gets
that's-
to
It's
fourth
only
that
on
year.
the fourth. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe go exploration. I was just suggesting that he should get the colonizer. I think expansion also gives you other bonuses, and exploration is mainly focused on colonizing. So I was thinking maybe expansion would be better, because I don't think he should focus on colonizing too much. I just think he needs to get the Cape and prevent Portugal from getting in. Do you think if he goes exploration, maybe he should go into Australia or Malacca?
I mean, he could try. Depends if he thinks he can beat the Indonesians or not.
Yeah, at the moment it's not looking too good with beating Indonesians, because they have a very, Malacca has a very strong fleet and is doing good on income. So I don't know if I would compete for that. I think the best player here would be to, like I said, get one colonizer, either in exploration or expansion, and then focus on getting control of Africa and fighting your fellow Africans, like going into Congo or going into Ethiopia. And consolidating power in Africa is always better than colonizing some shit in Australia. It's never gonna be as strong as just getting a bunch of provinces here. Alright, Congo would be up next. Again, 30 crown land, and doesn't have the mill +1 and doesn't have the Diplo +1. Am I wrong here? Because like everyone we're looking at doesn't have these, and I'm starting to think that I might be wrong. Is there any reason not to take them?
Maybe,
I don't think so.
Maybe he can't. Before he can't take him, but now he would.
Like you can, and I mean the only reason not to take it is if you were selling titles on cooldown, but it's only 170 ducats, and I mean you have 10 income. It's not horrible. Like you have enough army to outscale Kilwa, you have enough army to outscale all of your AI neighbors. I don't see why you wouldn't take the take the +1 Diplo, so you can dev a little more, and just get more mana is always good. And take the +1 mill as soon as you can. Remove one of these privileges. Remove the. I would definitely remove the monopoly on mining and smelting, because that's good income that's getting wasted. And give the +1 mill privilege there. As for your ideas, again, I would for a colonist. That's just my play in Africa, because you can bridge this gap here and go into the Great Lakes. It gives you a lot of depth that you can get there, and importantly as well, you can bridge this divide here and go into Western Africa. You can also go into Western Africa by declaring on whoever is here, either no CB or whatever else you figure out. But the problem with that is that when the colonizers come and they colonize one of these provinces, you cut off, and you're never gonna win that province back. So unless you colonize this little bridge here, you're never gonna have full control of West Africa, because they can just cuck you by taking one province away, and then you're never gonna get that back. So probably go for one colonizer. I don't know if you want to drop those ideas afterwards, because you just need these like 3 or 4 provinces and then one here, and that would give you a considerable boost in your expansion capabilities. I would also run all advisors, but again, his income's a bit weak. He's running 1 loan, although that doesn't really matter. Yeah, so that would be pretty much it. The last Congo in 26 went for a colonizer, but then he went into South America, and I genuinely think that's a mistake. Like I said, consolidating power in your home region is much more important than making colonies. So if you do end up following my advice and getting a colonizer, definitely don't go into South America. Try and get these and this. How does the Congo religion thing work? Doesn't he get an option to convert to Catholic?
Yeah, when he gonna look see the
Yeah, I
Portugal
think
player.
it's an event whenever he sees Portugal.
Okay, so you might want to Diplo Portugal or something and figure out how to make that fire sooner, because fetishist is kind of not good, right? So yeah, you might want to get out of that. So again, fix estates, get advisors for ideas. Probably go for colonizing and consolidate your home region, and that's about it. Also, I haven't said this for any of them, but it goes for everyone. Focus a little more on your power projection. You can rival Luba, which you should. You have no reason not to. It's going to be your next war target, and you can probably get over 50 power projection just hitting them. And going over 50 power projection gets you +1 mana in every category, and that is incredibly significant. So everyone should be focusing on getting that, and as well as just hitting them, you also send them an insult. Scornful insult gets you 10 power projection. When you embargo them, you also get some power projection. And then when you attack them, you're going to go over 50, and that is going to be very considerable in the long term. Same goes for Kilwa. At what is his rivals? Okay, he rivaled Matapa, so Kilwa's fine. But yeah, I haven't been checking it for any of them, and oh, looks like they're all doing fine actually. So yeah, Congo, fix your power projection, and that's about it. Let's go to Songhai. Alright. Do you wanna take the lead here, Iced?
Yeah, we didn't see the Mali, right?
No, just Songhai.
Okay. I mean, a little low on manpower, but I think he's in an okay spot. He should probably try to snake the gold mines. That's pretty important. I don't think he has anyone yet.
No, they're
No.
all in the west.
No gold mines. Yeah, so definitely snake those, and maybe use some vessels for vessel feeding, because it's quite a lot of lands to take. Did he develop institution? Okay, he did. So that's why he's behind on Diplo and admin.
Yeah. For vessel feeding, I'm pretty sure one of these tags has a lot of claims everywhere. I'm not sure which one it is. Yeah, Kanem Borno has decent claims. But
yeah,
try
and he also
go ahead.
needs to be careful of Morocco, but Morocco is also the same tech as him, and he's in a war with Castile, so
yeah,
it's not
Morocco's
gonna be
currently
too bad.
busy, so you're not behind. You can still recover, but you're pushing too far east. You need to be going west, because that's where all your income is. The sooner you get the gold mines is the better. And again, same as we said for everyone else. As soon as you get the gold mines, develop them 10, and that's just gonna double, triple, quadruple your economy. It's gonna make you so much money, you're not gonna know what to do with it. So get the gold mines first, and then focus on the rest of the AI. As far as the institutions go, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, his stage could also use some work. He hasn't taken any, for example, for Jimmy, no privileges there at all.
Yeah.
Which is actually pretty good, because a lot of this is heathen lands, fetishes, so he can take some privileges for additional morale, not morale, sorry, manpower and tax, and also some tolerance, so he doesn't get penalties.
Yeah, and also for mana, obviously, because he only has the +1 mil mana, and he has 35 crown land. You can safely drop to like 10, and you don't need to sell titles, because you're already making good income, and you're going to be making a lot more income when you get the gold mines. I wouldn't be too worried about going into loans as well, like quite heavily, to just like zerg this, because again, when you get the gold mines, your income's just gonna skyrocket so much that you're gonna repay those loans in a month. So yeah, like I said, get vessels to vessel feed, get the gold mines, go into loans to hurry up, because if Morocco wins against Castile, he's gonna be coming for you next. So you might want to hurry up and consolidate Western Africa.
I also see he's converting the fetishist, but like if he did his Jimmy privileges, he could probably get enough tolerance that it might not be an issue.
Yeah, if you get the above 0, you don't need to convert them unless they're tanking your religious unity. But again, I think there's a privilege that makes them not effective. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you get the
So-
legitimacy loyal, they also give you additional tolerance.
So yeah, definitely like play with the Demi privileges, and then you don't have to waste money on converting all this shit, and that's gonna help you a lot. And just a tip, since a lot of people don't know how to play estates because it's a new-ish mechanic, when you mouse over, it says equilibrium is currently on whatever. Just give them privileges that give them loyalty, but don't give them anything else significant. So like this would be a good. Oh no, you don't want this one because you need the tolerance. But yeah, Monopoly and Wool, for example, it's not gonna hit your income at all. It's gonna give them 10 loyalty, and well, you don't need it for a lemma because they're already above 50. But the point is, you want to get them above 50, and then you want to farm them by using cell title, seize land, or whatever else you want. But as long as you have them above 50, they're manageable. If they're below 50 equilibrium, that's when they're a problem. And this one is a 39, 44, and 43, which makes it considerably harder for you to seize land, and that's a problem. So give them some privileges that aren't going to hurt you in any other way, but they're going to give them loyalty. For Dimis, like this one would fix it immediately. And yeah, that's about it. Songhai is in a pretty good spot, I would say. He just needs to fix up a couple things, and then he can roll over all of Western Africa. And then he's going to be in a really good spot. As for his ideas, I would probably go quantity, I think, right?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, that's a lot of things to siege down. He could also, if he feels very greedy, he could go economic, like we saw in season 26. But that's a bit of a gamble. You're gambling that Morocco's gonna be late.
Yeah, if you feel
Yeah.
safe, go economic. But if Morocco's here and you only have economic and he has military ideas, he's gonna win.
Yeah, then you lose. So it's a gamble.
So I think I would go quantity because you're gonna have a lot of income and you're gonna be able to support the increased force limit. And for a second one, probably go economic, and then later on you might even want to get the colonists again because all of Africa needs. If you bridge the divide and you can go into Congo, you can go into Ethiopia, you can kill a bunch of other Africans because you're gonna have a much stronger position than they do. So colonists may be on a third idea group, but first and second should probably be quantity and econ. And that's about it for Songhai. We looked at Otto, we're looking at Tunis next. Lot of warfare.
Yeah.
The Castile war doesn't look to be going as good as I thought. I thought France joined that.
He can't cross the strait, that's the problem.
Oh.
Because if he does, he gets -4.
Yeah, and you guys
And
have
I
a
can
stronger
lose the
fleet
ships
too,
out.
by the looks.
We just win the naval battle, the last one, and now we
And
we
they
kind of stuck.
still try to keep building heavies,
Yeah.
both
Yes.
him and Morocco.
I mean,
And,
if you already have a stronger navy, I don't see why you would keep investing.
It's not stronger. We just win the battle and got Portugal and Castile to retreat, but it can still win if in the battle. But we got some land in Aragon, Sardinia, Sicilia,
I mean, they
and
don't
the
have a strong
Robert.
navy, that's also the problem.
Sorry. Yeah,
What?
and
Okay, go ahead.
yeah. No, I was listening.
No, I don't know what he said, but go ahead.
No, we got some.
I'm just saying that both
yeah.
Tunis and Morocco doesn't have a stronger navy.
I see.
No,
It's
no.
kind of a cold war.
Yeah, completely.
Keep building
And,
heavies.
Since we got stuck, and even Castile got stuck because he can't land. He already landed one time, but he
But
lost
like
the
in
battle.
general, for Tunis, probably go into Mamluks, I guess.
Yeah, I was gonna say with Memluks that you might wanna try and dip out of this war. I understand that killing Castile might get you a lot of gains, but Castile is putting up quite a fight, and
Oh yeah, totally. We think about expanding in Egypt, not that much, but just a bit, and certainly we're gonna everything around Egypt, around Mamluk, gonna feast on him, I think.
That would be good, and then you can also convert into Mamluks when Mamluks dies, because I'm pretty sure they're way better off than Tunis is, idea-wise,
I
right?
really don't know. I really don't
Yeah.
know. Must look.
I mean, also because Mamluks is
I
just
just-
dead now, so
li-
he
like
might
I-
even be able to
Sorry, go
just
ahead.
freely expand. Yeah, I mean, he might even just be able to freely expand into Mamluks and probably go down towards Ethiopia.
Yeah, for
If it's
now.
not-
But like I've been saying, QQ is there, Ethiopia is there, and Hungary is gonna be taking over Anatolia probably. So you might not want to wait too long. That's why I'm saying this war with Castile, while it's really important for Morocco, for you as Tunis, it might be, you have way better options, and I would look into piecing that out personally.
Oh yeah, but this war wasn't Morocco choice. In fact, Morocco did take Granada very quickly, and then of course Castile wanted to take it back. But yeah, Castile want to fight. We don't really want to fight that much.
I mean, Castile's
I
at war
think-
with France now, so it shouldn't be too hard
Yeah.
to convince Castile into piecing out.
Yeah, totally.
I'm not piecing out unless I get Granada.
What do we have here? What do we have here? What do we have here?
Obviously,
Yeah.
I think they should forfeit Granada. I think Muslims in Granada is just an act of aggression. I don't.
Yeah, I mean,
That's for sure.
Granada had mothballed his fort, and Morocco just took it within a month. So I couldn't really do much about it. But yeah, I mean, that war is definitely slowing them down.
I think at this point the war is hurting you more than Castile, and like I said, probably best to try and peace out. And for Tunis specifically, peace out no matter what, because I'm pretty sure you can get the white peace, and then you can focus on Mamluks. For Morocco, maybe a better idea to peace out and give him Granada, and then focus south, because like we saw, the Africans are a little behind.
But can't they just sit and wait out until Castile loses? Like, if Castile keeps his troops down there, he's gonna lose 100% to France. Does he really want that?
No,
You see-
I don't think
Pretty
Castile is gonna lose to France. Let me tell you my input on this shit. I don't think Tunis is gonna get out of the war. First, he's gonna look as he betrayed his ally mid-war. Second, he just needs his ships, at least the ships. If he wants to fight the Mamluks, he doesn't need the ships for it. And I think Castile can hold France.
yeah,
Even
like-
now, they can win a battle with less numbers. They have more morale. And they haven't merked up yet. I mean, they
Yeah,
can take more loans than
We
France.
haven't gotten to Castile yet. We're gonna get there after this nation, but yeah, I don't think Castile's in a dire situation against France. That's for sure, because
I wish.
he has
No.
mountain forts, and like you said, he also has a morale bonus. And France is surrounded by enemies. France is also going to fight Burgundy probably. France is already fighting England, so yeah, I wouldn't say that Castile is in a very dire situation. But yeah, let's get to Morocco and see what's happening here.
Last thing about Tunis is he should finish off his the Berbers. He'll get his mission to get into Central Africa.
Oh
A
yeah,
lot of
yeah,
free clay in
yeah.
there as well.
you have to build
think
like
it's
one
that's what he's
building, and
doing.
then it bridges this gap. Right?
Yeah.
So
He needs to
when-
finish the
when-
Berbers, make a building like marketplace in Fisan somewhere, and then he gets the.
So just one marketplace.
Where is it?
Traverse the Sahara to the west.
Well, yeah, you need to finish this first, so I guess you need to kill Togona, but that's not a big deal.
No,
Then,
it's going-
yeah, marketplace in Tripoli, and then
Okay.
these two uncolonized provinces get colonized, and they are your course. And then you also get a lot of claims in Africa, so that would give you also a very big expansion opportunity. Because
Yeah.
if you just stay here, you're gonna get boxed in, because someone's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
take over Egypt eventually, and you're not gonna be able to fight Italians. So
Yeah, I maybe think going exploration, colonialism.
I mean that would be a risky move as Tunis, unless you
Yeah,
have like
completely
really good
risky.
diplo with your neighbors, because it would leave you really exposed.
And could you look a bit at my estate, because I'm still new to this and I'm trying to learn.
Well, you're low on crown land. I guess you've been selling it, but you have good
I'm
equilibrium.
not selling it, but when I did take all privileges, I lose some crowland. And since I can't develop that much or expand too much, it's a bit difficult right now to
Yeah,
develop.
you wanna fix the Dominion state, get them above 50% equilibrium, and then just start hitting the seize land button on cooldown. I mean, you can't do it at war, but you know when you can. And then after that, when you get some more land up, I mean, you could do it now too, but it's gonna. What you want to do is get the mana as soon as possible. But if you do it now, it's gonna bring your crown land down too much, and that might be a problem.
I was already below 20, and I just wait before taking that.
Yeah.
I think
Also,
you-
this privilege here really important.
Oh yeah.
It gives you plus 10
really.
morale, which is gonna be permanent for you because you're always gonna be fighting heathens. So
Really.
this extremely important. It doesn't make you lose anything. It makes you lose 5 absolutism, but that doesn't really matter in 1460, does it? So
No.
plus 10 morale for free. Take this immediately. And also for the emirs, you want to take increased levies immediately. It gives you 40% more manpower. So that and the lemma one, and then also fix the mini so that they're above 50% equilibrium. I would probably.
You should try to get a heathen province. It unlocks more estate interactions with the Jimmy.
Heathen.
Thus you can't take all the.
Heathen
Thus
provinces
you can't
you're
take it
probably
all.
gonna get in Africa.
Like
so-
either in Africa, or you can get a single province off of Aragon or something.
Yeah, if you can get Malta or something, that would also help you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, let's look at Morocco.
Okay, thanks.
By the way, in case you're wondering, emirs means princes.
The more you know. Alright, Morocco has been in a death war since the start of the game, but it looks a bit, right? I don't think there's a lot of advice that I can give to Nibor, so unless anyone else wants to give their input in this war, I'm just gonna go on.
I don't know, not really. I mean, it's either win against me, Castile, or I don't know, try to go down to Africa together with Tunis.
Yeah.
The war is kind of stuck for now. I think.
I don't think he will back out.
It's a bit of a risk right now because Castile did get into war with France, but there's a lot more enemies. And
yeah, the French war is against Scotland, so I mean,
I don't really know if you should stay in this war because, like I said, your competition to the south would be much easier than fighting Castile. You would have a much easier time going south. And that's probably all I can advise because Nibor is a way better player than me, so I can't really be looking at his economy and shit and telling him what to do. Plus it's a bit early to be looking at all that stuff. Right, Castile, take it away.
I mean,
What's going on in your country?
Actually, one problem with Morocco is his Granada's gonna break away in 3 months. The rebels.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but can you do
Castile,
anything about it?
Not really. Like, not this late.
So no advice.
Peace out the war would be the best advice.
Yeah.
He's got a -2 there, and if they can suicide ship, he's never gonna. He needs to merc up heavily and go on one go only. Otherwise, he can't reinforce.
Yeah.
Also, if they scorch Earth, it's really shit. They get a -4 there. It's like.
How is France walking past the Navarre fort?
Yeah, exactly. That's
Navarre is not fighting in the war. I don't think they're fighting.
Is.
They are, but apparently it's because my fort in the one he's sieging down is taking control because Navarre is not my land.
What the fuck?
Yeah, forts.
That is really stupid.
Sense. Exactly.
So
but, I mean, I can fix that.
When he takes this fort, can he just walk anywhere he wants?
Yeah.
Let's check that out.
Well, the army in the 35 sack will still get stuck to Navarre.
Oh, that was a mistake. God damn it. I'm stupid. It's control for occupation, right? Yeah, when he gets this fort, he can just walk past. He's not gonna get stuck by Navarre.
Yeah, I know.
That is,
so, I mean,
that is fucking
I can fix that
ridiculous.
with just deleting that fort if I can get him off it.
Yeah, if you can get him
I
off
think
it,
the troops above them will be stuck.
Let's check that out. Oh yeah, they are. So how did this army get in then? How does this
And then he can't go back to France with them either.
Oh. Well, that is good advice there. So maybe let them occupy, and then you get stack wife 25k.
Hold up. How? I mean, I think he can reinforce with it. He can. Can't he?
Oh, he can go back. He can go back.
No, but if you
And he can
then attack
reinforce
it
as well.
as soon as he takes it.
He can't. He can't move the army from this
Yeah, so
Castile
that's
to.
25k, which you can then attack free.
I think you need to defend this fort honestly because it's so bugged up. I don't know what will happen after he takes the fort.
So if I can get him off it, I can just delete it and then.
Yeah,
then
that would
Mewar
probably
fort.
be the best play. The game's just too fucking stupid for this.
Yeah, I know.
So what else
But
is going on?
anyway,
in Castile?
if it goes bad, England can always just peace out with Scotland.
Yeah, that is a good point.
Yeah, and other than that, I don't think Morocco will be able to get over the strait anyway. Because if it do go to Gibraltar, he will get a -4.
Oh yeah, Gibraltar is not an inland sea, is it? So you have more heavies, so you're probably winning that battle, right?
Yeah, I hope so,
Yeah.
and also with sails. But anyway, like still, if Morocco goes over, it's gonna have a -4, and I can just suicide my ships out if I don't think I can win it anyway, and he'll be stack wiped.
Yeah, I don't think there is a winning in this war for Morocco. Like I said, I think he needs to get out of it.
Yeah, and currently he will bankrupt before me, so if not, he will just be bankrupt, and I can just go in and fully occupy.
Oh, very good play. Very good play for Castile there.
I mean, still regarding to France, like I'm still not at my full capacity of loans and not over force limit anyway, so I can still invest heavily in it.
Yeah, and you just took quantity. Did you take the manpower? Yeah, you did.
Yeah. Like I don't think I can go for the next one because I think it's more important to get Tech 6.
Yeah, definitely.
It's big.
Even if it's gonna be earlier, and also because I'm fighting Morocco, I get the 5% morale against France.
Oh, yeah, that
and
is
if
big.
I get the Pope to call crusade against Morocco, it's gonna be +15. So that's +30 in with it, my
Who's
ideas.
the papal controller?
Pope. I didn't ally him before.
Oh.
That's kind of a misplay, I guess.
But you know,
It's
still
also-
going really good for Castile so far.
It's a bit
Yeah,
sad that
and-
France isn't your rival. It would have given you a power projection if you managed to
I
win.
know.
But you can't do it
I
now.
can't do in war, and I was in the war since 51, I think, so 10 years now.
Yep.
Yeah.
And but I mean, England's still alive, so he might have a year or two before he bankrupts, and he can still land troops.
Yeah, I mean,
Because he
even
has
if
naval
England
superiority.
bankrupts, he's not gonna lose the war. Like,
No, and he can even just fully occupy Scotland, kill the armies, and then bankrupt and be ready. Because he's still the war leader, so
yeah.
he can choose to peace out whenever he wants, and France can peace out because he joined Scotland.
Yeah, I don't know why he chose to join that war instead of just declaring on you.
He did, and then I kind of messed up the dates, and he joined after 2 years. My bad. And then England just declared on Scotland, and I think France just saw opportunity, tried to land some more troops. Yeah, I can't get that. That's a little bit annoying. And he tried to kill England. I think I can hold out. Like I can still invest a little bit more.
Yeah, I
and
think
Morocco
you'll
will
be
go
fine.
bankrupt before me.
I don't see you losing this war, to be honest. I mean,
No, and obviously Burgundy also want to try and get some land back.
yeah. All right,
So I mean, Burgundy
So-
could join in.
let's move over to Portugal and see what's going on here.
One more thing is, if you really want to go for the morale, you could switch your unit type to what's it called, Oligarch infantry or something like that, because they have 2 offensive morale pips instead of the one you have now is 1 offensive and 1 defensive.
Yeah.
It just
At the moment, I'm still defending on forts, so I think it would be better. I'm not quite sure.
I mean, it's not that's not how pips work. It's just each cycle. It's not like you get the defensive pip when you defend. You always get them. It just means offensive morale
No.
pips just mean you do more morale damage.
Yeah. and you take less damage.
So it increases morale pips, increases your chance to stack wipe the enemy, but it also increases your own chance of getting stack wiped. So it's a calculated risk. But if you go really heavy for the morale, it could pay off.
Yeah, I guess I could do that if I
You-
get the favorite controller.
Usually
I'm
on
trying to get it.
equal numbers, you should go offensive infantry in early game. Then when the cannons are strong, you go defensive infantry, because the cannons will do damage later in the game.
Yeah. As soon
Or
as you get
unless you're really short in manpower, then you want to go defensive.
Alright,
Hits,
Yeah.
so you don't lose as much man.
let's have a look at Portugal and then the rest, because the video is getting a little longer now. So I guess Portugal has been just dragged into this war from the start, right?
Yep.
Yeah, because if I lie, he dies. So
Yeah, so
kinda
he
have
hasn't
to.
had much time to do much for himself. Doesn't have the colonizer yet. Is he exploring? Not really, because he has to fight. So yeah, not much to say for Portugal. He's playing the estates, right? And
Sadly, he can't stuck. He can. He is stuck with this war and can't expand too much.
yeah, Portugal's been kind of stuck. Hopefully he gets some good boy points from Castile later on and he gets to use them.
one problem is he took all of the plus monarch point privileges.
Yeah,
So now he's got a
he
lot of
can't
autonomy.
seize, so
Yeah.
I
Can't
did
see it
that on,
because it's at war.
I did that on purpose. I tried to get the event that fix where the nobility saves the crown, something like that.
oh,
It gives you-
what's it
Yeah,
called?
but the event never happened.
You need
You
to
need to
to
get it
zero,
lower,
I
I think. Zero, yeah.
So
No,
do
I
sale of
checked-
titles.
I checked the files, and it says it only needs to be below 11%.
I'm pretty sure it's
Oh.
on zero and it'll fire quick.
It's on
Here, I'll
zero?
test it
Okay.
out. I think it'll fire within a month or two.
Because
If my game
I
would
did
work, I
that.
don't know why I'm lagging so much.
I did that right at the start, the first day, and we only entered the war like 5 years after that, and I was at 0% before that, and I never got it. It was a bad gamble, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not
Because
gonna be
it
able
would
to
not
test this
have a-
out for you now because my game's lagging too much. I'm not sure why. But yeah, I think you
It,
have to
it,
be on zero.
they changed it. It doesn't fire if there's no room for it in the States. Go back to
Yeah.
the States, Cosmo.
Oh, so he has to have the room for the privilege.
No. I tested it. It can fire because you get like
No.
a phantom estate, a phantom.
Yeah,
privilege.
no, that was on the old patch. That was changed very recently.
Okay, yeah, that is a very good point. So try and switch that and see if it fires in a month.
It's gonna take like 3, but sure.
I don't know why my game's running so slow. Maybe because of the recording. I don't know. Let's wait out the month and see if it fires. Or
Should
not.
fire pretty fast, but I'm not sure if it's worth it to do it. Doesn't it give like a lot of autonomy? And you can't remove it easily.
It's still like 1 year to trigger, so. It's
Yeah,
really
I don't.
short.
Let's just look. So slow. Let me reload the save.
Still even wins on the -1. Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, it's my Mewar. Plus 20%. Like that's Elan.
Jesus, my PC's running slow.
He's not running at all.
Be right back.
Is it a F in chat or what?
I think it might have crashed. Let me see.
Just wait it out.
Yeah, I can't be arsed.
Here's the key about the Paradox games and EU4.
There it
Don't
is.
click, just wait.
Oh, it's on the nation that we were gonna look at next. Naples. Or should we go... Yeah, let's go to Russia first, right? Start in the east.
Wanna go France, Burgundy, and then go towards the east. I mean, since you're talking about the war.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. So on the French side, He's deep into the loans, but he still has 18 loans to take at 170 each. That's how much money is that?
That's like 5k. Just take loans on it. That's 5k on one.
That is 3k, but yeah, he's already tanked his crown land. I don't think he's gonna go deep into the corruption. But yeah, France is on the way out, definitely closer than Castile is, I think. So it doesn't look very dire for Castile right now. Do we need to be giving any advice for France?
No, I don't think so.
Over
636 ruler.
Yeah.
God, I wish Serkis was here so he could talk about what's going on in this country. But yeah, I don't think this war is going like in the favor of the French, like I've said 15 times now. So probably best for Morocco and Tunis to peace out. And that's about it. Let's. Do you want to look at Burgundy and tell us what's going on, Nabi?
Yeah, Venetian looks pretty. I thought I was just gonna truce break England and for a goal on the islands and try stabbing him out later on, but then French declared and fucking took possession of the provinces, so I couldn't anymore. So I just did not make min-max the nation. So I just my thought is gonna reseed next session, but turns out I'm just gonna play Burgundy again, and apparently they come France. I don't know.
So how did you manage to get in the position to fight both France and England? Like, what kind of diplo did that? Because I heard that France and England were not getting along with the selling of provinces. So how the fuck did it?
Xerxes said that he knew Navi but was a loyal ally, and they had agreed upon allying, but he felt like declaring.
He felt like declaring.
Yeah, he felt like betraying him.
Well, at least I know he doesn't like Burgundy with France now, no matter what's the case. I mean, he said sorry or whatever. I was like, it's just a game, man. Happens.
It's just a game, bro.
It's just a game, bro. But I'm still in this shit.
So it was supposed for both of you to fight England, but in the end, only you fought England?
And
no, it was supposed if England doesn't give the occupations, he's gonna fight him.
Would you consider joining the HRE?
Yeah, of course. I just wanted to wait for my mission, but...
Mission?
Yeah, I have a mission. Right, the woman, the picture of the woman.
Yeah,
secure the
succession. But it's another 39 years.
Damn.
Yeah, you still have the mission for making the French subjects unruling.
On France, I need to be rivals to France. I can't be rivals to France. He's stronger than me. Even if I removed one of my rivals, I am not eligible to rival France.
Oh
anyways.
my god, your corruption's pretty high too. Why everyone's just...
Because I wanted to stab hit England on the first war. I was 49 and the month ticked, and I couldn't either take corruption nor stab hit nor take the fucking anything. I just bankrupted.
Well, I mean,
that was my only play to survive. I don't know what I should have done. Maybe I should have gone to France earlier. That would have made sense.
Yeah.
How about you cuck to the Empire right now?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I respect you coming back into the game, and
that will happen. But I mean, if France is strong, I'm not gonna be able to do it in peace. So, I mean, I'm already behind. So I gotta fight France.
If you get Austria, Switzerland, Westphalia to fight for you.
But Switzerland will fight me. Switzerland is most likely gonna deck on me. So I just put my troops down in France, waiting for him to.
Like if Switzerland does that and takes land from you, like France is gonna fight him.
Wait, didn't Switzerland just fight a coalition?
I think we're gonna be able to work something out. Speaking as the Emperor, just contact me after the video and we can probably figure something out.
I gotta do some studies after the video, but okay, we can message.
Imagine doing
we can message.
Instead of doing Diplo.
I mean, I don't know, man. I make weird decisions anyways.
Let's look at England. Is he? Yep, he's about to bankrupt, like we said. Scotland have any troops still?
Yeah, in Ireland.
I think he's gonna be... Yeah, he can just keep them in Ireland, so it doesn't really matter.
Nope.
Besides that, how has England played? Doesn't have the estate bonuses. I guess he's been selling Crown land, so that makes sense. Seeing I guess he's about to bankrupt.
You can actually just safely bankrupt while still fighting Scotland.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Because the Scottish troops are in Ireland, he can keep them in Ireland. You can bankrupt and still go to war. So what I would do is just drain all your points, probably stab up, definitely stab up, and then hit the bankruptcy button, and you should be fine even while at war.
Wait, he still has his 000. How didn't War of the Roses happen?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe because he's at war.
No, he got an heir.
English Civil
Oh,
War.
he got an heir.
Yeah, you need to disinherit those heirs and let War of the Roses fire. Even
Yeah.
if you're at war. And if you are at war, you get a much easier War of the Roses anyways.
I mean,
You
War of the
generally
Roses
wanna-
is generally easy because you can just wipe the rebels as soon as they spawn. But his prestige is low, that's the problem here. I don't know if he can, like... What can he do to bring his prestige up quick to disinherit this shit?
I mean, he can. I don't know. He could still just try making his king to a general and hope he dies.
It doesn't
Then-
increase the chance anymore unless he's in battle.
Yeah, but he can still just
He,
shoot
he,
that stack
could,
over.
he could put his king to drill a one unit stack, and it would increase.
But
the
does
chance of
drilling
dying.
increase it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
Or he just shoots that one stacked over with his king.
What about attrition? Does attrition affect the chances?
I don't think so.
If he attritions his heir or something. He wants to kill his heir, you know? It means he should heir, isn't it?
I think
Two
I'm
for
gonna
one.
kill
think
his
if
king
he
right
kills
now,
his
not heir.
kings, if he kills his king, I think it still would happen, right? Because then
Think-
his new one doesn't have an heir.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
So, yeah, about to go bankrupt, what do you suggest? Tacking up or stabbing up right now?
Probably taken, I guess.
You sure? Because then he's gonna be at minus, what, 4 stab?
Minus 2.
Okay.
And it's gonna.
He's gonna pay 10%. He's gonna pay the 600 for it.
Doesn't he get internal troubles because he has no manpower, or if you go through disasters?
Why he should be at 100 Pope power before, though, right? So that you can get one stab after bankrupting.
I think he wants to get the Imperial Controller to do the crusade against Morocco.
Okay.
He's not really invested a lot into the Pope, so I don't think that's the case.
But I mean, that's gonna win us the fight, the war at least.
But, you know, he's, like I said, he's only invested twice, and I don't think his chances of winning the Pope right now are very high. But, yeah, that's about it for England. And I think there's a lot.
I'd say this is maybe his best chance to beat up France. Before France eats what's around him. I don't know. Because he's going bankrupt, and I don't know if Turkeys would truce break him or anything.
I think he would.
I mean,
Yeah, but his fleet is still stronger even when bankrupt, right? So I don't think that there's an issue. Like,
yeah, but he's fighting Castile anyways. I mean, I think it's better if he wouldn't peace Scotland and stay in the war. And so Castile, so to deal with France. And if shit goes south, he can always peace out Scotland.
there is always that option. Alright, Swiss is next. Not running advisors, but I guess he did just lose a coalition war, so he might have been recovering economically, but he's making money, so I would definitely run advisors. Doing the estates right, I gotta say I was a little disappointed with my HRV minions, because they kept triggering fucking coalitions, but at least Swiss survived, so that's something. Yeah, for him, he's a little boxed in right now, unless he decides to go against Burgundy, but again, that depends on the Emperor. So I don't really know what advice I would give to the Swiss, except stay loyal to the Emperor and make sure you vote.
There is a very nice gold mine on his border that he could go into with the help of some others.
Well, that would go against my primary advice, is stay loyal to the Emperor, so that's kind of a problem, you see. Because I just think he needs to stay loyal to the Emperor. And that's
You're
like
not
his
supposed to
winning
make narratives for your Diplo here, Kajmark. You're supposed to give advice.
Well, you know, for a new player, I was just miming
But
there.
yeah, staying loyal, like the HRV
no,
provides-
like I was just miming there, but memes aside, like he's a new player, obviously, and I think as a new player playing Swiss, he kind of needs to go under someone's wing. Now, if that's going to be under mine as the emperor, if that's going to side with Octa or with the French or whatever, that's up to him. But I definitely think he needs to stay under someone's wing and have them help him expand. I already did help him expand into Italy. He lost a bunch of that stuff to a coalition, and I think next session he's either going to go north into Westphalian
This
lands.
is the HRE of coalitions, yeah.
Yeah, it was really bad. But again, Westphalia died, so I as the emperor am going to divide all of this land between them, and he's going to get a lot more dev. But
I'm pretty sure it does get a mission for killing the Habsburg, right?
yeah, he does.
And I don't think he's strong enough to kill Austria anyway, so probably just expand now, and if he wants to do it later.
Well, yeah, there is that.
Yes, I was just memeing. Obviously, do not try to fight the emperor at this point.
But yeah, like I said, get your advisors. You might want to get edict to get the institution quicker, because you're getting institution ticks in. Okay, you're getting it knowledge shared. Is it knowledge shared? Yeah. Oh, you got the AI to knowledge share to him. That's pretty pog. But yeah, get the edict to get it quicker, because you're gonna pay less money that way. The quicker you get it in all provinces, the quicker you stop paying 10% of your income for it. So that would be a pretty good idea.
By the way, if you're in a defensive war in the HRE, do you get the same amount of aggressive expansion if you win the war and take land? It's the same shit?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, cool. Octa knows. Octa hands now knows. Do you know Octa about this?
Okay, sorry, I wasn't paying attention. What was the question?
Yeah, if you're a defender and you happen to win the war, do you get the same aggressive expansion from the same problem? Okay. That okay.
And key advice: don't truce break in the HRE, because apparently that gives you 1 million aggressive expansion. I didn't know that. Westphalia was kind enough to demonstrate that for me.
I think it's everywhere. It's not just the HRE.
Yeah, but in the HRE he literally got the entire HRE
to
ally against him.
That's really fucked.
Yeah, that would be pretty much it for the Swiss.
It's actually pretty funny. We added a minus 10% aggressive expansion modifier to all princes within the HRE, and still they did all the collisions.
Dude, everybody got collision and lost it.
He went into offensive ideas. He has a fair amount of 20 professionalism, so that's pretty good, but his manpower pool.
It's good for later.
Yeah, it's good for later if you manage to keep it up. But yeah, that's it for the Swiss. Let's go into Naples, because Florence died. Naples managed to survive losing his capital and like half his dev, so that's really respectable. And survive and recover, and now he's thriving. He's playing the estates right, as far as I can see. He had to sell titles, that's why he's not got the mana, I suppose, because he was in debt wars. Doesn't have any loans, which is pretty good. I think he already had a bankruptcy.
Yeah, he's also getting Sicily from me.
So that is pretty big for him, because that is how much dev. Oh my god, that is a chunky bit of dev there. So yeah, Naples in a very good position. I don't know, he didn't go any ideas. I don't know what he's gonna go, but I think I would probably go quantity, because you're gonna be able to afford it as an Italian, and you know, more force limit is always good if you can afford it, in my opinion. Yeah, that's about it for Naples. I would just be worried because Venice is about to eat into Florence, and that's going to cut you off from northern Italy, so probably try and do something to fight against that. And power projection wise, try and get it to 50. I don't know if you can, but did he already insult them? No, he doesn't have any power projection from insults. So when you get your diplomats back, you'll be able to insult both the Pope and Florence, and you should be able to get above 50 power projection doing that, as well as embargoing Florence before he dies. Definitely try and make sure that you send those insults out before he dies, because after he dies, you know, you're not going to have anyone to insult. After that, like I said, you're probably going to have to fight Venice, so probably set him as rival before the war starts, because otherwise it's going to be too late. And that is about it.
One more thing is you can actually declare a humiliate war against Florence now that it's no longer a player, show strength.
Oh yeah, that would be a very
you can do it now, and if you declare the war before Venice finishes out, you can get it no matter what, no matter how small it gets.
That is very good advice.
And Florence is above 100% war score, so Venice can't fully vassalize them, so you don't risk going into the offensive war against them.
Another piece of advice I would give preparing for the war with Venice, if you can afford it, remove the fort in Urbino and put it on Abruzzi, because you get a mountain fort instead of a hill fort, and you only lose like one province under fort coverage, so I think that would be worth it if you can afford it. But income wise, like I said, not the best position. However, after you get Sicily, that's gonna improve because you get the center of trade there, and I imagine you're gonna be able to hit Rome soon as well. So,
what does his autonomy look like?
Autonomy map mode
20. RH.
He has autonomy in a couple provinces, but mostly it's 0.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
He's also carring, so
yeah, I think it's fine. Naples in a very good position. Weaker than Venice right now, but also has a lot more alliance opportunities than Venice does. So I think that's a good position to be in. Venice fighting Hungary right now. It's a fairly balanced war, but I think that's about to end when the session starts, right? Is that true, Iced?
Yeah, we have come to an agreement.
Okay, so this war is over as soon as the session starts, and Venice is going to start consolidating. He has really good income, so he should be able to rebuild quick. The problem is that in the peace deal he's going to lose his Dalmatian provinces, so he's going to be stuck as Venice for a while longer, pretty much until he forms Italy, I think, and that's going to be a little bit. So that kind of sucks because
can't form Dalmatia anymore if he spreads, if he expands.
Yeah, that's why I said he can't form Dalmatia. So that's gonna fucking suck. But you know,
he might go for Tuscany maybe.
Can he form Tuscany?
Italy is a ways.
Does he need the culture swap for Tuscany?
Yeah, he needs the culture swap, but that's pretty easy.
Okay. So yeah, there's a couple other formables. It just kind of sucks he can't form Dalmatia. He's gone for quality ideas. It's good, I suppose. Again, I would quantity, but I'm a retard, so what do I know? Running good advisors. Yeah, just playing a good game overall. In Venice, he's been diplomatically isolated, and he's doing the best he has been.
He probably needs to prepare for fighting you in the future, though. I would give the same. I would give the advice to Austria also to get those Venetian provinces.
Yeah.
And
I think that's in the
if
cards.
that's the advice I would give in Austria, then I would give the Venice advice to.
Yeah, but what do you do? Because if you go as Austria and kill Venice, France is gonna get it to Italy. Like maybe you need the Swiss to close off the mountains for the French.
That might be the plan, but I'm not going to reveal any of that, Diplo. We're on Venice right now, so what advice would you give him? He's my direct rival, so obviously I'm a little refrained from telling him what to do, but you know, you go ahead.
To keep his alliance with Hungary, with even France, like he has to beg for help for everyone that's willing to help him and weaken you. Like France is a natural.
Stop voting for Austria.
Like that doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't think that
well, it sets a nice precedence.
Well, do you think he's going to be able to?
It opens the room for others to be mean as well.
Do you think others would be mean though?
I mean, depends.
No, of course not. But it sets a precedence and lowers the bond rate. And if he is your main enemy, then there's no point in having you.
Yeah, I guess that would be good advice. All right, let's look at Austria. I did a big brain Kaimak play and I didn't get the Bohemian gold mine, which is...
That is perfectly fine, just siphon income and improve relations.
Yeah, that was definitely my plan. I'm just like the server's coming to expect this like big brain plays from me from now on, so I don't think anyone's even surprised with it. Sorry? I think that was just someone's background. I am losing.
Yeah, Bredovonk is just activating randomly, like every time someone speaks, his microphone activates.
That is weird.
He needs to do something about it.
I think I did a very good job with keeping the Empire in check, and so far the Empire is really cohesive. I am a little behind on tech.
But can you pass the fucking reform, Kajmak? It's triggering me.
I can't. Oh, I can now, but I couldn't because the princes wouldn't vote in it. There was like more AI voting against it.
Did we mod it so that you don't lose everything? Can you click it? Click it.
No, you still lose it. But like,
okay, you still lose everything. Yeah.
And I'm gonna use some of that. I'm gonna
but
try
it doesn't
and use
really
some
matter
of those points
because
on improved relations, I guess. But that kind of sucks. I couldn't pass it sooner because the AI was voting against it. But now we're gonna have the development. I'm also planning on passing reforms up to the 4th.
I mean, you would say it's slow, but then you realize we played like 15 years, and it's not slow.
Yeah, I think I've kept the Empire in check. I've also prevented the players from killing free cities as much as I could. I have 11
Holy
right
shit.
now, but I can probably get another one in soon. And
We played 17 years only, though.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And
it was hell.
Yeah, I think Austria
What?
overall is doing alright. I think I'm in an alright spot, keeping the Empire
What about
in
your
check.
gold mine though?
A question though, about 17 years in Austria, isn't his income low even though it's 17 years or what?
I didn't develop
You
the gold mine to 10 yet, and I didn't take the other gold mine, so that's a bit of a problem.
Isn't 13 the ideal though? Is 13 the ideal dev? It's 0.97% I think when you have it at 13 Diplo.
I was told it's 10, but yeah, either way I'm gonna figure it out. And
from what I knew, 8-9 was enough, but...
Anyway, I was losing a lot
change.
of money because Venice was siphoning in from income from Vienna, which is mainly the reason we went to war, because he added all of these people to fucking trade leagues and started siphoning income.
I mean, it's not like the trade money you make in Vienna is what keeps you afloat. It's the gold and the taxation.
I don't.
Vinny has shit anyway. Vinny has not a.
And it's gonna be shit until you get Venice, if you get it.
Well, that's the plan. Anyway, let's...
It's not like you can expect from Vienna inland trade node. It's gonna go everywhere.
Yeah,
especially if you keep lands from the... You keep HRE alive. Everybody's gonna steal from it.
Alright, let's look at Brandenburg. What's going on here? He also had a coalition, of course.
Did he get a coalition as well?
Fire, but he had a huge coalition and he couldn't like expand at all because of it for like a bunch of...
Because he expanded too much, the coalition didn't just decide to happen.
Yeah, of course.
Does he have at least Pomeranian? Oh yeah, he has it. Pomeranian.
Yeah, he has Wolgast as a vassal, so like in 17 years for Brandenburg, I think this is good expansion. I think his main issue is that I keep hearing that he's not talking to Poland at all, and...
I mean, he didn't do any diplo.
I think he definitely needs to get on that and
figure out for some reason you thought that I was just gonna give him Danzig and Königsberg, like
all of his estates are disloyal, which I do not understand.
Probably just clicked on the thing.
Yeah, advice for Brandenburg: make your estates loyal by giving them like privileges like this that bring up their loyalty equilibrium without hurting you. Monopoly on wool doesn't hurt you at all, and bam, they're almost at 50. And then when you give them, oh, you already have +1 admin, so I would give them this as well, obviously for the advisor maintenance. They're at 53, didn't hurt you at all. Military, you give them this, you give them this, and you give them this, and bam, they're gonna be loyal too. A little under, but I think that's because of the prestige and the event. So yeah. Burgers, same deal, except take the +1 Diplo because you're at 30% crown land and you don't need that. You can go to 20, and then when you have them on 50%, all of them, just keep hitting seize land, and that's how you get the max out of your estates. Because keeping them disloyal and fighting them every time, it's not utilizing them properly.
It's better if you seize land when they have like 50 loyalty at least, so they don't get dropped.
Defensive. What is this defensive?
He went defensive, which I do not agree with, but
I would swap it now. Well, since you have one idea, and just swap it to anything else.
Yeah, I would swap it to offensive probably. Gives you god generals, and that complements you really well as Brandenburg and as Prussia.
I agree with. I started offensive as well in my 26 Brandenburg.
Did he even have Does he have Miltech 5?
He does not.
No, so he went for the idea instead of taking Mill.
So, what you do basically, abandon this, go for tech when you get it, and then go for offensive. And just a general bit of advice: talk to PTZ, both as for the provinces you need from Poland, and more importantly, I told all the new players this: talk to the people that played your nation in the previous session, and try and get some advice from them. PTZ played a really nice Prussia, and he can probably tell you. He can probably give you better guidance than I can here. So message him and see if you can get some tips.
Don't delete the idea until you want to put in the new idea. Just the benefit of the.
Good point, because you get the
tradition.
Yeah, that was a mistake on my part. So don't delete it yet. All right, let's look at Denmark. Okta, you want to tell us what's happening?
I can't talk now.
Oh, I see. So yeah, Okta has been trying to steal my emperorship for the entire session.
Yes, that's why maybe he can't talk. I don't know.
I am a little.
I believe it. I totally believe it. It sounds like Okta.
Yeah, it sounds like Okta. I am a little peeved by that, especially as I am allied to him and I've helped him out twice. But you know, it's to be expected from Okta.
Well,
I also gave him.
You can punish him once Prussia wants to get his Lübeck trade node.
I also gave him Lübeck and Hamburg, and then he decided to try and betray me. So that
like, why did you give them so much? Like,
because I wanted
what does
to be loyal.
Brandenburg get?
Brandenburg gets all this fucking.
Like, I'm not gonna lie. This thing of Austria deciding who gets what, usually backfires because people are greedier. But
I mean, I'm probably gonna have to adjust it if Denmark keeps his policy of trying to betray the emperor. But regardless of that, let's focus on what's happening in Denmark. He's keeping his power projection fairly low, which I think he can improve. He doesn't have the insults sent out, and I'm fairly certain he's just going to be feasting on Sweden next session. Unfortunately for him, Sweden was protected for the entirety of the first session, so.
And I think it's allied to Russia, or was? No,
it's not. It's not.
They just worked together in killing Novgorod. I guess.
Novgorod hasn't been touched almost, so I'm not quite sure what happened there. Anyway.
Well, I can tell you what happened when we get to that side.
Alright, we'll get to that in a little bit. I am fairly certain Denmark's just going to be busy eating up Sweden, and I'm really hoping I can get him to add those provinces to the HRE for the bonus authority, and we're going to be best friends.
Does that even give?
It doesn't
give authority anymore if you add provinces. I'm pretty sure.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, it has to be an entire nation that joins.
Alright, you're gonna.
I don't think he's gonna eat. I mean, he is gonna eat Sweden, but he's not gonna be busy doing it. Okta always has greater, surprising plans. He won't. I don't know. He will do something. I don't know. I don't think Sweden will be his only concern.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if I get inted by Okta. That's all I'm gonna say. But anyway, that's about it for Denmark. Let's go to Hungary and see what's going on here. Iced, take it away.
Hungary's a Chad.
Well, I mean, I secured
poor as fuck.
I secured my my gold mines in the lands. Made a lot of vessels because I think I'm gonna be fighting like either right now Venice and later on Ottomans, so I need it. I could luckily sit out early because Mamluks and Ottomans were killing each other. So now Ottomans has 25 corruption and is really behind on the admin and Diplo. Right now I'm just helping Florence beat up Venice. But I think Florence kind of died in the war. But I'm still gonna get some provinces from Magusa node, like those 4 I need for the mission. I wasn't aware that getting the Cossacks would lose some crown land, so I lost 7-8 crown land on that. Which was
not just that, Orthodox loses you as well. So
yeah, I have forgotten that as well. So I lost 17. Autonomy, I wasn't crown land. I wasn't aware I was going to lose. But it's okay. As soon as this war is done, I can seize lands.
Well, the more
get up there, so I can get back to 12%. But it's not too bad. Like our time is what, 20, 22.
Either way, doing really good. Definitely one of the more dominating forces in Europe. You're not quite a great power yet, but I think you will be.
You will be once it's those
He will be next session, hands down.
Yeah.
Yeah. I made a Wallachia march as well, because they have really good traditions for it. Discipline and fort defense already. And then have the Wallachia, the Chat General 3-star.
Damn, that is good.
It helped out a lot in the war.
How old is he?
I don't know. He has had for a while.
He has a while longer. Huh, that's good. Alright.
Don't generals die earlier though, like in 50 years? 52 years old, 60, some shit like this?
I didn't know that.
I mean, 46 is, I think it's old. I don't know. It's towards the end, I think. Let me check it.
Is that all we have to say about Hungary?
I mean, he seems to have safe depot with both Poland and Austria, and a shit ton of expansion into Ottomans.
Yeah, I just want to keep...
With Mamluks dead, he might even go into Anatolia.
I mean, yeah, I can just rest.
QQ for Anatolia.
I can go southeast as long as I can. My truce with Ottomans is also shorter than the truce that QQ has, so I get first pick of what lands I want.
That's good. That is a really good Hungary.
I mean, I think you have missions on Bulgaria right now, so that's what you're gonna take. And
not yet, but like I can go for. I need an additional fort to get the missions, but maybe I should just make one, I guess. Unless I seize the one from Wallachia, I could also do that. I need to have 3 forts in total, and then I get permaclaims on Bulgaria.
Yeah, that is sick. Alright, are we ready to look at Poland?
Did we skip Westphalia?
Westphalia is dead.
Is it?
Yes, look at this.
No, it's... Oh yeah, he's gonna get...
I think the player is still on it, right?
No, he quit. Look at this. Are you seeing this?
Yeah, I wanted
he has a second coalition, but it's small, it's not big.
Small.
No, it is everybody.
It's everyone in the HRE.
I don't know, I've been playing it, and after the first coalition, he didn't get attacked.
PTC, it's small because he has truces with them. When the truces end, they will make a new one and kill them.
Yeah, they will all join.
I don't know, I've played the game till 68.
No, wait, who's in the coalition now? Yeah. He can't fight them one at a time, can't he? What idea is he?
He wasn't anyone in the coalition now, but when the truces break, they're all gonna join, I think so.
Oh, do they at the same time they ended the truce?
No.
Yeah, because they attacked him in the coalition war once.
Oh,
so the truce
a
will
bunch
help.
of them.
But that's
are
like
63.
14 years, like.
Holy shit!
No, a bunch of them are at 63, so he only has 2 years for like 10 of them.
That's such a big hole in. Because Westphalia and Burgundy dead, like that's a huge hole right there.
I'm not fucking dead, my man.
Burgundy's
not big hole. You're a walking corpse. You're the fucking zombie.
Hey, dude, I'm gonna come back into this game and you're gonna see me do it.
I totally hope so.
Alright, let's see what's happening in Poland then. You wanna take the lead?
Poland is cursed, man.
Cursed? You did good.
Yeah. Because, no, the Teutonic Order managed to pass some kind of shit and I won't get the event, so I have to attack them like in 1990.
Oh, yikes. Do you have
It's painful.
No, I think the event fires. I remember I waited a lot for it.
It does not fire, trust me. If you go into Teutonic Order right now, if you go on...
What about them?
You look at his estates,
mm-hmm.
and you see that he has on the burghers, he has Prussian Confederation, that one. Concede to the Prussian Confederation. Okay, so if he has that one, I don't know how he gets to do it, like there's some chain of events, but it doesn't spawn. The Danzig will never spawn.
Yikes.
Like, what happens is if you play enough, he will form Danzig. Like, Teutonic Order transforms into Danzig. That's why maybe if you're not paying attention, you think the event spawned. But the event doesn't spawn. It's just him forming Danzig. So I'm gonna have to attack him manually, get a shit ton of AE. It's painful.
I see you chose the PU. Is that the meta? I was...
I
mean, you need to wait after 1466 it can fire. Hold up.
It does not fire, man. Not with not with that. Look at the event.
From the event. Is that the meta now to take the Union? Because I was told that it might be better to just eat away at Lithuania because you get the power spike quicker.
Yeah, but you lose so much from Muscovy. Now it is the meta also because of the buff to the elective monarchy. Like you get the +1/+1/+1 and you can keep your guy by paying prestige.
Huh.
like if you look at the reforms, at the government reforms, the fifth one, deliberative, yeah, you have one that gives you +1/+1/+1, not that one. That one.
That's
right?
pretty good,
so,
huh?
So that makes it decent, yeah. And then, I mean, if you look at my mill, I just have a +3 mill at 50%. Or I used to have, I don't know if he died. No, I still have him. So you focus mill, you get that guy, like, you're not gonna be too shabby.
Yeah, you're doing good. So what's your diplo like? What's your plans like?
I don't know. My diplo right now is I need to kill Tony Quarter, I need to get Riga, consolidate some of the Baltic trade, get some kind of an income. Just consolidate, you know, like usual. Keep your head down as Poland. Get as many ideas, techs as you can. Fill your ideas, and then when your spike hits, see what's open. See what can
By the
happen.
way, if they form Danzig, do you still get the vassalage?
No, you don't get shit. No.
Alright, cool.
The event has to happen.
Alright, so it's not gonna happen.
Is that it
It's
for
not
Poland
gonna
then?
happen, I told you.
Let's go to the final nation of Muscovy. See what's happening here.
Did we check Sweden?
Sweden was AI for most of the game, so no point checking it.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Alright, what's going on in Muscovy? He's expanding. No, it's only been 17 years. I just keep thinking that expansion.
What's his tech?
Slower.
Like, what happened to Muscovy is, from what I understood, he didn't instantly go on Novgorod. His first war was against Kazan, Nogai, and so he went into the hordes first. So Sweden declared on Novgorod first. It was like a cursed war where 2/3 of his nation was sieged by Novgorod. Then Muscovy declared. I declared a humiliation war on Novgorod at the same time. And then Sweden wouldn't peace out because I was on some provinces sieging them before Muscovy.
I think this is another one of those players that doesn't know how to use the estates either.
I'm saying that they were like co-oping and killing Novgorod. But I got my humiliation in the end. I actually got a show of strength from Novgorod. I got a show of strength from Novgorod, a humiliate from Bohemia, and a humiliate from Great Horde, but Great Horde was actually painful.
Yeah,
I wanted a show of strength, but I couldn't afford to.
That is a lot of PP. So
yeah,
for Muscovy, same advice as for everyone else. Like, just to go to
use your estates.
Brandenburg.
Yeah.
I explained the estates on the Brandenburg tab. Just look at that and fix your estates. Just not using them is
what's
very
his
hurtful.
tech right now?
Especially since you have Cossacks, because they can be really useful. His tech is
345.
345, so he's behind on admin.
Wow, he's so behind on admin. Yeah, he's gonna be so behind on ideas as well. Painful.
Yeah.
He should have fed something to his vessels instead of coring it all for himself. Now he's gonna be behind on ideas.
But well, you know, he's still not too. It's only been 17 years, so I don't think it's too late. Generally, what you want to do as Muscovy is you want to snake Pskov all the way to Kola, and cut off Sweden if you're hostile to them. But I guess if you're not, you can give him the Orthodox province so he can switch. You want to feed the rest of Novgorod to Belozoro probably, and then try and vessel feed. Like in general, just vessel feed at the start, because it's not worth it for you to take a bunch of provinces because your government cap is so low as Muscovy because of the stupid government. What is it? Fucking Russian Principality. It's really bad, and you can't go to Kingdom. So you want to just vassal feed as much as you can until you switch to Russia, and then when you switch to Russia, you're gonna get your power spike. But
but it's still so behind because you need trade as Muscovy for sure.
I know
like,
that's what I'm telling him, that to not fall further behind and to catch up, vassal feed and try and consolidate the trade node of Kazan into like your vassals. So try and give it to Perm, maybe give this to Perm too, so you can feed him the rest. You don't really need these two provinces, you can just keep the gold mine. When fighting hordes, build a fort on your gold mine, absolutely, because when fighting hordes, if they occupy the gold mine, that's going to bleed you of your money, and also they're going to try and siege it. It's a matter of delete all your cav while they're sitting on the gold mine, so that's a really good thing to do. Your fort line, this fort here is it's going to hurt you when fighting the hordes, because if they occupy it or while they're sieging it, if you fight them on the steps, especially in the earlier techs right now, you're gonna hurt a lot. They're just gonna bleed your manpower out. So delete that fort, move it north into the woods. If you have you don't have a fort here, so they can just walk to Moscow, which is also flatlands. So build a fort on Vladimir probably, and that should just make your fight with the hordes a lot easier. The hordes in this mod are also buffed. AI in general is buffed, but the hordes can be a little tough to defeat, even as AI. So
Tell me about it.
put your fort on woods. Let them siege all the flatland provinces, and only when they're fighting, when they're sieging your forts, that's when you engage. You kill them, and then when they have nothing left, you go and siege them down. Don't be too aggressive, because they still have.
They beat me on woods. They beat me on woods on defensive. Like
yeah, they're really strong.
I was like that. It was really stupid walking around in Lithuania, because when I declared, I was afraid that Russia would take a lot from Great Horde, and I wouldn't be able to keep them as rivals. So I declared while he was fighting, and then all of, like AI does, all of his troops, instead of fighting Russia, he moved them to Lithuania.
Oof.
And was fighting me. Russia was like, yeah, Great Horde, very easy. They don't have any armies. Like, yeah, man, his armies are fucking scorching Lithuania.
Yeah, no, the AI has a lot of cheats,
siege, like,
and they
2 forts then beat me in Lithuania, but I managed to siege him and just peace out for humiliate and some money. I couldn't get a show of strength from Great Horde. He was too strong, and he had no guy condottieri. Like he had 22k of his own troops and 8k no guy condos.
Yeah,
so
the
30k
AI hurts.
troops of Doom.
The only provinces you want to take for yourself remaining are probably the Ryazanian and Odoyev and Ryazan, and then you want to either form Astrakhan here and vassal feed him, and just try and expand into these nodes before anyone else does. Because
Astrakhan is important to get for you, because you have to give it to Kazan. If someone else has it, they push it to Crimea, and Crimea goes to Constant. And from Astrakhan, you can steal a lot from Persia as well, who's always going to be a solid node. So I think it's important for your income to be strong in Astrakhan.
Also, he has been very diplomatically isolated from what I can see. I think you need to dip a little more. Try and talk to the Europeans, because you can die to Poland really easily. You can die to Poland really easily. He's at this point is going to hit the power spike before you are, because you're so far behind. And when he forms PLC, he'll win against you, no questions asked. So you need to diplo and try and compensate for that. Try and form Russia as soon as you can, because otherwise you're going to have a big problem. As Muscovy is a very shit tag, and it just can't expand into this. And if you try and core it for yourself, it's just going to hurt you. And yeah, it's just like you want to form Russia as soon as you can. And that's about it. But primarily fix your states, because that's going to help you catch up as well. And I think that's the last one, isn't it? Yep, that would be the last one.
What's Burgundy stack? Never mind, I'll check it now.